Hello, Senior Stoner fans. It's the real Senior Stoner back at you for your SoCal Dabbers Diamond Dab of the Day. Thanks for being here. As always, you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, send a like, and I reply to all the comments. Let's get started with today's topic. Surprise! It's my 66th birthday today. Mrs. Stoner really surprised me this morning. Decorating the house. We're having the family over for a nice dinner tonight. And yesterday, she surprised me with a boat ride. That's right, a happy hour boat cruise on Lake Apacon. And even though it was rainy out, it was wonderful. And then she surprised me with a sushi dinner at my favorite sushi bar. Thank you to my love, Mrs. Stoner. And welcome to the topic of the day, surprise. Well, what is a surprise? Surprise is something that happens to us when we're not expecting it. Surprises can go either positive or negative, depending on how you frame it and the situation that you're in. For example, the surprise, knock, knock, back in the days of being in college at your door when you were smoking weed and opening it to find a policeman wasn't the good kind of surprise. So surprises come in bad ways, like the thump of Tyrannosaurus Rex for the cavemen. Surprises have been around for a long time. Cavemen had two choices, flight or fright. You run and survive, or you freeze, stare at it, and they bite your head off. So surprises have been around for a long time. What I want to talk about is the benefit of surprise. Why has surprise survived the eons? Because it benefits the human person, the human species. That's right. When a person is surprised, they're going to have a positive reaction to it if it's not Tyrannosaurus or a bad thing. Wonderful, good surprises people always like. A lot of people say, boy, I don't like surprises. They think they don't like surprises, but they do. Surprises release the right chemical hormone in our body to make us feel good. Surprises help us think more, help us move through the day better because we don't know what to expect. That's what the human being is looking for. The human being is always looking for something different. And by definition, a surprise is something you don't know what to expect. It's something different. Surprises can be bought. That's right. Today in America, you actually have services out there and people that are dedicated to finding what would surprise you. I'm sure you got to fill out a long questionnaire about the things you like and you don't like, your wishes and aspirations, and then the surprise comes. Back in the old days, the best surprise you could hope for was the singing telegram at your front door, because that was really unusual. What a surprise. Well, I was totally surprised yesterday by the things we did. And I have to say, I wanted to share how good surprises can feel with all of you. That's right. Whatever chemical it releases in our body or hormone takes you from way down to way up, from laying down to sitting straight up. And why that is because we're engineered, I think, to seek out pleasure. That's right. The species, our species, we're smarter than animals. We know we want to have fun. We know we want to feel good. So the right kind of surprises are absolutely priceless. The other kind of surprises, the bad surprises, we just have to be prepared for. You almost have to think of life as being a Weeble. Back when I was a kid, there was a blow-up thing called a Weeble, the size of you, with a weighted bottom, and it was curved. And you could punch it, throw it, and it would always come back to standing up. It was called Weebles Wobble, but they don't fall down. Well, that's what we're talking about here. That's what surprises are. Even if it's a bad thing, you're going to flash back from the surprise and come right back and deal with it. That's being human. Yes, we got to take it in if it's bad and understand it, but we respond. We respond. You know, ping pong, hit it, respond. Hit it, respond. Because the other person hitting it to you. That's how life is. Think of life almost as the other person. Because you could say to me, Senior Stoner, who the hell is going to surprise me? You'd be surprised how much surprising goes on in the world. The goose pimples that you get when you're surprised are priceless. These are the kind that don't bring IBS and pain. These are the kind that make you realize you're alive and that it's a good thing. You want to bathe in surprises. You want to shower in them. And you want to provide them for others. I'm sure it took a lot of pre-thought and preparation for Mrs. Stoner to think about what to do, make the reservations, keep it on the calendar, not tell me, all the stuff we did, including the gifts she got for me this morning, the surprise on the table, the balloons all over the house, the decorations for dinner in the dining room. All surprised the hell out of me this morning. What surprised me the most about today, God's honest truth to all of you, and you know I tell the truth, is that I'm here today. I'm 66 today. It's my birthday. Quite a surprise. Well, you all know I live in chronic intractable pain. When I'm in the middle of reeling from an attack that takes it even worse than it has been, you feel like there's no making it to the next minute, forget the next day, forget the next year. So for the last couple of months, I've had multiple attacks and been in a very bad state. So I look at myself in the mirror, first of all, saying, boy, I feel 15 and 16. I don't look 15 and 16. And by the way, that's what most seniors think. They think they look young. Surprising, right? I mean, they think they feel young. The other thing that's a surprise, I never thought I'd have lifelong pain and have to find ways to deal with it. So surprises come in all kinds of flavors, all kinds of shapes and sizes. The key is knowing how to deal with them. You know, the wonderful surprise going to the lake for the boat ride is, yes, let's do it. Thank you. Hug and kiss. Big smile. Makes you feel better. You know, hearing whatever your Tyrannosaurus Rex is, you know that surprise isn't a good one. It's real easy to smile, hug, get in the car, and go on the good surprise. What do we do when we're surprised in the negative way? Happens both ways. That's life. We've got to be able to respond. We've got to be able to move through. We've got to be able to take the steps to make that surprise, if it's a bad one, less powerful than it is. What we need to do with bad surprises is minimize them. The cause is a surprise. You can't stop it. It's here. You got to minimize it. You got to make it as diluted as you can when it comes through your brain. The horror of the surprise is going to be bad. Don't make it worse by not understanding how to deal with it. This is a very important discussion because we all know that surprises, bad surprises, come all the time. And you just don't know when they're coming. That's why they're called surprises. The good ones, we bathe in, we shower in, and we thank God for. The bad ones, we need to find ways to help ourselves through them. If there's surprises that affect more than just us in a bad way, we need to help the other people as well. It's critically important that we don't freeze when we hear this. There's no more Tyrannosaurus Rex. He's gone. But in our lives, in our minds, in our histories, we've created, all of us, our own individual Tyrannosaurus Rex. So whether it's the footsteps of my dad coming down the hall when I was a kid, ready to beat me. I knew he was coming for that. As soon as I heard those footsteps, it would surprise me, and I'd get scared. My stomach, I'd have an attack. I'd start to sweat. I wouldn't do that today. Today, I'd respond to that negative surprise in a stronger, more meaningful, better way. I'd stand up and I would defend myself. That sometimes is how you have to respond to a surprise. This is the real Senior Stoner. Remember how important it is for us to understand the power of surprise, the power of the good ones, and unfortunately, the power of the bad ones. But fortunately, we as human beings know how to handle the bad ones. That's why I'm still here at 66 years old. It's a surprise that I am, but it's because of how I've been able, thank God, to handle the bad surprises in life. If I wasn't able to navigate through the bad surprises in life, I wouldn't be here right now. Thank you all for joining me on my birthday to talk about surprise, the power of surprise, the negatives of surprise, and how we can bathe in the great ones and learn how to deal with the difficult ones. Have a wonderful day. The dab train is rolling. You all now know all surprises are not created equal. But we have the power. We have the power to deal with them. Thanks, everybody, for joining me on my birthday. Have a wonderful day. You know what to do. Hit the subscribe button. Send a like. I'll respond to all comments. You can email me at my email address if you want to get a device. And I'll always point you in the right direction. Have a great day, everybody. And thanks for being here. September 24th, 2023. Senior Stoners, 66th. Cheers, everyone. What a surprise.